Mainstream media is compromised.
Hi there, Sockfur. I didn't think I would be talking about you again so soon after your election day rants. I've been waiting for you to say something stupid, and here we are. Let's all go look at the video.
Mainstream media is compromised. Let's just put it out there for a sentence so you can decide if you want to scroll or not.
Wow, a full second into the video and we are already going into aluminum foil hat territory. That has to be a record. The first second and you are saying that the mainstream media is compromised. I would say welcome to being red-pilled since we haven't trusted the mainstream media for a long time now, but that isn't why you said it. No, the mainstream media is caving into Trump and the right. Sound the alarm. The people that kept shouting that Trump was a dictator and all Republicans are Nazis are now turning and showing support for the new administration.
So as you know, Trump promised in his campaign that he's going after the media. Now that his presidency is impending, the media is breaking Rule 1 of fighting a dictatorship, and they are obeying in advance.
But you aren't done with this. You show some post from Trump that says he is going after the media. Guess what? He is. The reason is quite simple to understand, Sockfur. They have not been telling any story objectively for years now. With such mainstream media pundits like Joy Behar, Sonny Hostin, Rachel Maddow, and Joy Reid out there continually talking about how bad Trump is, the time has finally come for the reckoning they so rightly deserve. But Sockfur says that this shows the media is breaking Rule 1 of fighting a dictatorship. Well, who says they need to? Here's an idea. How about instead of fighting, they do what they should have been doing for years now? Be actual journalists and report the news with as little as bias as possible. Are you mad that they won't be helpful as a liberal mouthpiece anymore, Sockfur? They lost in the elections. They then lost viewership and advertising dollars in the immediate aftermath of the election, with ratings tanking across the board at CNN, ABC, and MSNBC. MSNBC was floated at possibly being sold due to flagging numbers. Rumors are also out there that Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid were possibly going to have pay cuts to deal with the lack of profitability of their networks.
ABC settled out of court with Trump over a defamation lawsuit over what one of their commentators said about Trump in March. Basically, it's a $15 million bribe made out in the open to a fictional library. And because of that, Trump is now suing a newspaper for a poll they published claiming it was election interference. The paper is predictably going to fold, no pun intended, once Trump puts the weight of the Justice Department behind the suits.
You first talk about the ABC News settlement to Trump for $15 million, amounting to a bribe for some imaginary library. It wasn't a bribe. Trump's attorney successfully stated that George Stephanopoulos stating that Trump was convicted of rape in a civil trial was false. According to the verdict from that civil case, which is under appeal as well, the allegations didn't fit the legal definition for rape. This was all about the context of the statements made by ABC News. This wasn't a bribe. This was going to be a win for Trump if it had gone to a full trial. ABC and Disney just did not want to go to the trial. They have bigger problems to deal with, and this was a small price to pay. The library is not imaginary either. The history of presidential libraries is well founded, and numerous acts attest to this. Presidential documents are of great historical value, no matter who is in the White House. Preserving these items allows history to view a former president by their own words and actions. All the presidents have some form of a library. Obama does, Reagan does, and they are all in the planning stages for Biden to have one as well. Sockfur talks about it like that $15 million is going to be to further Trump's wealth somehow. He doesn't need it. He is the only president to not keep his presidential salary. Sockford then talks about a newspaper being sued for election interference for a poll they put out on the eve of the election. This is not some random poll. This is the now infamous Des Moines Register poll by Ann Selzer that claimed Harris was leading in the state of Iowa by 3 points. Trump went on to win Iowa, a landslide win in the state. Sockford then says that the paper will fold once Trump sends the Justice Department after them. Why would he do that? The Justice Department was working against Trump in his previous term, so there is no way he will trust them to handle the case this time. He will just have his own legal team handle it. Unlike the Justice Department, Trump's legal team has a high percentage of victories right now. Socksfur then shows alarm on CNN, showing some of the good points of Trump trying to take back control of the Panama Canal, lobby for Canada to join the U.S., and promote a possible purchase of Greenland from Denmark.
CNN published an article defending Trump's desire to take back the Panama Canal and annexing Canada by saying it would, quote, rival the Louisiana Purchase or the deal that netted Alaska from Russia.
Socksfur, I have news for you. This is what objective journalism looks like. Instead of talking about all of the negatives of something, they look at both sides to let the reader make up their mind. But you don't want them to do that. You want them to continually force-feed the misinformation and bad press down everyone's throats because you feel Trump is bad.
I could go on, but I think the point is made. First Amendment, gone. We have to assume moving forward that every major outlet is now writing news to please the Orange King, or at best stay in his good graces out of fear that he'll either weaponize the Justice Department against them too, or because billionaires who own the media outlets are profiting from Trump's dictatorship. Welcome to 1938, everyone. All traditional media has been compromised.
You then go on to say that the First Amendment is gone. The Biden administration and the left in tech have been actively attempting to censor free speech.
These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse. And it's like these documents it's all kind of out there.
Conservative posts are routinely flagged, deleted, warned, or outright hidden to prevent their message from getting out. You want proof? Look no further than Joe Rogan's podcast interview with Trump.
Remember the Trump Joe Rogan episode? You searched Joe Rogan Donald Trump, and it was like
they fucked us.
A bunch of fucking reaction videos came up first.
They fucked us. They made it impossible to find the video, and we had to complain, and they said it was an accident.
That somehow was missing on YouTube because of a technical glitch. Yet people were able to find rebroadcasts and clips of it all over YouTube easily. Socksfur, they aren't writing news to please Trump. They are correcting themselves because ratings are down and they are at risk of being further marginalized. The public trust in the mainstream media has slipped to the lowest point in history. Joe Rogan gets a larger audience daily than any show on CNN, MSNBC, or ABC News. People are tired of it. You say that all traditional media has been compromised? Well, welcome to the club. We have been saying this for years now, but you didn't want to listen then. So why are you choosing to say this now, Socksfur? Because you know your message is failing and you can't get your message out there unless the big guns at the networks help you. That is a pretty sad state of affair when almost all major media is controlled by billionaires that for the most part are against Trump. And as for your hoodie you were going to wear, how about you wrap it around your head, put some headphones on, and chant la la la, this is not happening, over and over again for the next 4 years. Because the left's reign on the media in this country is hanging by a thread, and you'll soon have to see the real truth they have been hiding from you for so long.
He said he was gonna do it! He's doing it! The toe slam! Oh!